How to get your contract valid and signed by your clients. Today we're going to be looking at the 5 requirements and myths that you need to know about in terms of getting your contract signed and valid. Of course, any contract is an investment in your company, and it is also investment in your business. It's important that your client understands your boundaries and your terms and what goes for what in your business. It is the foundation of your business and how you are going to be doing business with your clients. But it can only be that investment if it is actually a validly signed agreement. And that is exactly what we are going to be looking at today. So first myth that there is can I add the branding of my business to my contract? And the answer is yes, you can. You can make your contract look exactly like your business, the same look and feel and brand consistently. It doesn't affect the validity of your contract. So make sure that you actually do incorporate that brand into your contract so that your clients know exactly who they are dealing with. The second point is getting your documents signed electronically. The Electronic Communications and Transactions Act make it absolutely possible for you to get your documents signed electronically. It states that they have to sign it electronically or they can make their mark electronically. That means that your client is allowed to make a tick box on the computer stating that they agree to the terms and conditions of the contract. However, it is advisable that your clients must scroll through the whole document before they tick at the bottom of your page, because the Consumer and Protection Act states that you as a service provider have to go through the terms and conditions with your client. And this is just one more added safety measure that you have in your contract and in your business practice to ensure that your clients know and understand exactly the terms and conditions that they are entering into and that you have proof of that as well. Number 3 is, do I need witnesses to sign with my clients? This is one of the biggest myths in terms of signing contracts. And the answer is that witnesses do not actually make a contract valid or invalid. It is usually included in a contract because if something does go wrong and you need to prove that a certain person had signed the contract and in the presence of witnesses, then those witnesses are able to testify to the fact that that client has signed the agreement. But it doesn't actually affect the validity of the agreement. So you are more than welcome to actually leave out the witnesses in your contract because it is sometimes a bit of an additional administrative function to your clients, especially if the amounts that you are considering is not a large amount, meaning over 100,000 or so on. Therefore, you can leave it out on your contract, but you can also include it if you actually do want to include it. My suggestion is, if you are going to include witnesses, you might as well go the full run and just make sure that those witnesses include their name and ID number, because how else are you going to make use of that witness signature if you do want to testify in future that your client had signed the agreement? The only document that you do need a witness to sign in order to make it a valid agreement is your last will and testament. That is actually a validity requirement for that document. Number 4, having your client initial each page. This is very important if they are signing manually, that each and every page is initialed. The reason is that you can prove that your client has seen each and every page and that they've agreed to the terms of each and every page. It is also proof that the document has not been altered or changed or any other page been inserted or taken out of that complete agreement. So it is very important that if they are signing manually, that they do initial each and every page. However, in the case of signing a document electronically, they would merely scroll through the whole document and then sign at the bottom electronically or add their mark digitally to that agreement. Number 5, what if my client doesn't want to sign the contract and send it back to me? How am I going to get it signed? This is a problem that a lot of creatives are facing in the industry. And how you can fix this problem is by including a clause into your contract stating that any payment made in terms of this agreement means that the client has read the terms, he understood the terms, and he is in agreement with the terms. It is, however, not best practice, and best practice would still be for your client to sign the terms and conditions, whether digitally or manually, and send them back to you. But it is a safety net to ensure that your client has read the terms and conditions. I would reinforce this by putting a link into my invoice or quotation referring to the terms and conditions that might be added to my website for continuous referral by my client. It always helps to reinforce your terms and conditions, especially when you have to prove to someone that you have provided the client with the terms and conditions of your service or of your product. So those are the 5 requirements and myths about signing documents with your client. Having a contract is an investment in your business, and it is wise to make sure that you have the right contract, and it is also best practice to ensure that they are set up correctly for your clients to sign them easily, to help them to do business with you in an easy and an effective way. So make sure that you also have a look at Adobe Sign, DocuSign, Microsoft Sign in order to